Good evening. Hello, everyone. Good evening and welcome. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome all of you on behalf of Team Avatar and my Avatar to the Diversity Mahotsav 2023. My name is Riya Sakhardande and I am your host for the evening. As we start, here are a few hygiene checks for a seamless virtual experience. Please close all other applications on your computer and log out from your organization's VPN to conserve on the internet bandwidth. We would like to thank our partners, powered by partner Kellogg Brown and Root Engineering and Construction India Private Limited, supporting partners Genesis and EPAM Systems India Private Limited, and our outreach partner MCCI, which is Madras Chamber of Commerce and Industries. Our social media hashtags are #DiversityMahotsav, #CelebratingDiversity. Do post your experience at Diversity Mahotsav on your social media handles, and please use these hashtags. I would also like to inform all of you that the Diversity Mahotsav is being live streamed on our YouTube channel right now, and you can also watch the Diversity Mahotsav live on YouTube if you click on the link that is pasted on the chat window. My dear esteemed guests, welcome once again and welcome to day 6 of Diversity Mahotsav, where we celebrate not only diversity, equity, and inclusion, but also the very essence of what it means to celebrate our human kaleidoscope. The Diversity Mahotsav marks our individualities. It marks the recognition of our combined resilience. Let's embark on this extraordinary celebrations where cultures merge and we unfold diversity while finding solutions to the challenges that we face. Diversity Mahotsav is a month-long festival where we share, we learn, and we celebrate the uniqueness of every individual. The celebration is hosted by myavatar.com, which is the brainchild of Dr. Soundarya Rajesh. She is the founder, president of Avatar Group. Dr. Soundarya Rajesh is among India's most prominent leaders in the space of women's workforce participation. Avatar, the social enterprise, which is founded by Dr. Soundarya, is India's only organization that provides both strategy and implementation solutions in diversity, equity, and inclusion. Her work in creating careers for women in the Indian workplace remains unparalleled, and for this she is referred to as the career doctor. Not only is she among the earliest and most impactful voices to speak, write, and teach about gender inclusion, she has also helped hundreds of companies hire thousands of women professionals through Avatar's work. She is a powerful speaker, a powerful author, and a very sought-after DEI strategist. Folks, now as we gear up for the future of work and women's employability, it becomes necessary to shine the spotlight on agile skills that help us adapt to the changes in our career trajectories. We are already seeing the importance of growth mindset, people skills, a positive attitude towards learning while earning, and a lot more. Many of you today are obviously here to understand how you can start or develop or even enhance these agility-focused skills. After all, agile employable skills are instrumental for women shaping their future in the workforce. By prioritizing these skills, women can not only navigate the challenges of the future of work, but also thrive and lead in diverse and dynamic professional landscapes. Empowering women with these agile skills not only contributes to their individual success, but it also fosters a more resilient, a more innovative, and also a more inclusive workforce. On that note, we bring to you a talk that provides impactful insights and resources on agile employable skills for women towards future of work. We have with us here Mr. Senthil Kumar Narayanasamy, Director, Program Management, DEI Leader at Genesis. Senthil is a highly accomplished leader with over 25 years of experience in product development, digital transformation, and process excellence. He is in charge of leading the strategic planning, process optimization, and analytics and reporting. at the company. And Senthil is also known as people-centric leader with the ability to successfully grow and build high-performing teams. He has been working in diversity, equity, and inclusion, and is very passionate about creating workplaces where everybody feels valued, respected, and acknowledged. In his current role, he is also responsible for leading the DEI strategy for Genesis. So, welcome, Senthil. All of us are looking forward to learning from your sharings, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Ria. I'm truly honored. I'm truly humbled to be part of this wonderful session. It gives me immense pleasure to talk about anything related to DEI. And today, we are specifically going to talk about the topic, Agile Employable Skills for Women Towards Future of Work. I would like to come into one thing. It's not a teaching, it's more of a sharing. I'm learning a lot, and I also strongly believe we all of us have a responsibility, I would say, because we have conveniently built the entire world exclusively for certain people, conveniently excluding some segments. With that said, it is our responsibility to help people in need. And today, specifically, we are going to talk about some of the skills, agile skills that would be required, specifically women. Though we are going to talk about women, in humble opinion, it must be applicable for anyone, everyone. And I would like to thank Avatar for the opportunity to share. And again, what I would like to say, it is not a teaching, it's more of a sharing. And thanks, Avatar. You have been doing a fantastic job. You have been a pioneer in the DA space, in the DA sector for the past 2 decades. And today, you have given me the opportunity to share on what are some of the, I won't say some, on the topic, agile employable skills for women towards the future of work. I was thinking and I thought it would be better. Let's quickly talk about why we are talking about it, what were the challenges, and why we are talking about helping certain segments. Today, we are going to talk about women. And then, should women develop agile nature, agile skills? Very agile in developing the skills. They are very agile. I wanted to share that. I wanted to recognize that. I wanted to record that. And then we will quickly talk about nurturing the agile skills. And then we will conclude it. At a very high level, I would like to approach this particular sharing in the 4 aspects. Let's look at what are some of the challenges women had historically. When we talk about education, sometime back or 100 years ago or 200 years ago, forget about limited access to education. Women were not allowed at all. It's been a challenge. The society taught education is only meant for men. It is not meant for women. What does it mean? If women study, only then they would go outside, they would start working, right? Let's conveniently keep them at home. Whatever that we need, let's take all the help from them. Let's not provide any education. And it was a struggle. Slowly it is changing. And few decades ago, almost we have started providing education. And it was one struggle. On the other hand, women students, they were allowed to go only till primary school or secondary school. They were denied the high education. They were not allowed to go to colleges. They were not allowed to go to universities. Slowly, that also changed. What I'm trying to say is, Historically, this is a constraint women had. Let's look at a couple of other challenges as well. After overcoming the challenges of somehow getting the education, were they given the right role, or were they given the equal opportunity when they get into the workplace? Probably not. And again, it has its own history. Sometime back, we did not have anybody because nobody was given the opportunity to go to school. After that, slowly they have started studying, and then they have started getting into the workforce. That time also, the opportunity was not equal. There were specific rules that they said, no, this is something that women cannot do. There were a lot of challenges. Even after the first constraint challenge they have overcome, again, in the workspace, we had some challenges. After that, when women started working, when the industry recognized, yes, women can contribute, women is also able to add value. Another challenge, the pay for the same work the women do, the same work the men do. I'm sure you would know it was not equal. I'm not talking about a specific industry. You can take any industry. It could be construction. Because that is something we, even before the developments happened, it was something that we, all of us, are very used to seeing it. Same work, when it is done by a man, the wage that was given. The same work when it was done by a woman, the wage that was given. There will be a huge difference. When they talk about hiring forces, they'll say, if it is a man, it is going to be high. If it is going to be for women, the pay is going to be definitely low. That's how I have seen personally when in the village, when we were seeing some of the houses were built, when I used to go and play around that sand, I have noticed that this was one of the other challenges that they have had. After that, when they were part of the workforce, were they treated equally, even otherwise, from an opportunity perspective? Probably not, because it was a common question where during the interview, sometimes the interviewer would ask, are you married? Are you single? If you're married, do you have kids? Or are you planning to have kids? Something of that sort. Because the notion was that, no, if we take some, and if they are going to take leave, what would happen? That time, more than giving importance to the merit, whether the person is qualified for doing the work, that was considered, but the challenges were considered even more. An organization would like to, or a team, or for that matter, any level, if there is a decision to be taken, I'm not just talking from a workplace perspective, even if you look at from a family perspective, if you want to take any decisions that will impact the family, mostly if you look at the decision makers used to be men. Women were not allowed to raise their points, even if it is valid, even if it is logic, even if it is emotional. It is considered that, especially I'm talking about the Indian culture, it was considered in a family, a woman raises her voice, it is considered not good. She is not submissive. She is not good for family. There were a lot of thoughts about women raising voice. On the other hand, when we have the workplace, the women were not representing in the right percentage, probably if you look at an executive room, if there are 10 men, probably you will definitely not say 10 women. There will be only one or two. So even from a decision-making perspective, the representation was not there. Even if there is a representation, it was very limited. With all this said, definitely women had challenges. Now the question is there a need? Should we really consider them? Should we really provide the equal opportunity? Should we consider them as equal? Men and women, are they equal? What is the need? When I was thinking about it, I wanted to, few things I'm very emotionally attached. Few things, it makes more logic. I mean, more of a logical. You can scientifically also, you can take a look at it. Is there a need? Let's look at a couple of points. If you look at the population, I just took one. We can check anything. If we look at the population and the gender ratio between male and female, it's almost the same. Meaning, we have 50 percentage of male population, men, 50 percentage of female population, women. Even if you look at from an age group perspective, almost in all segments, we have equal number of people, both from men as well as from the women's side. What does it mean? If I'm going to be part of anything, I should also have a say, right? If we are two people, if there is a food, it should be shared between two. This is one aspect. Interestingly, I wanted to give you, I saw that and I wanted to give you one more perspective as well. What is that? You look at the spread of the population that we have, male and female. Wherever you see orange, it is all female having the gender ratio slightly more. Wherever you see blue, the gender ratio is a slightly more for men. If you look at the data, even though it is more, even though it is less, look at the ratio. It is about a 1.03 to 1.06. That's it. It's as good as 1 to 1. Earlier we saw we have equal number of men, we have equal number of women. Age group wise, we have equal representation. Similarly, even if you look at geographically, it's not that suddenly, hey, what you are saying is only in one country, in rest of the countries it is not like that. No. If you look at across the world, we have almost equal number of men and women, which is good also. Do you believe if you have equal number of people, there is a need? I will also show you one a couple of interesting facts about the research done to have people who the teams who have performed effectively or better. Research has consistently shown when you have diversity in the team, the innovation has always been better. The problem solving has always been better. Just to quote just three, I just wanted to see how it was done in different years. 2020, there was a survey done by McKinsey and Company. In 2018, one more by Boston Consulting Group. In 2016, Harvard Business Review study. The first one, if you look at, talks about the top. The second one talks about at a management area level. Third one talks about team level. So different time, different levels. It clearly shows the performance has been better when we have the diversity. We were talking about the question, is there a need? Yes, from perspective, if you look at from the existence, it's almost equal. Even if you want to scientifically think about it, the research consistently shows, yes, there is a need. When you have the diverse group of people, the problem solving has been better. The innovation has also been better. I also wanted to acknowledge that there has been a positive shift. Though women had challenges historically, it is getting better and better and better. Is it enough? Definitely not enough. I definitely want to record it. The trend, the shift, if you look at it, is positive. There has been a lot of reforms legally. There's been a lot of awareness. There's been a lot of DA initiatives. We see a lot of people in the leadership roles. And now organizations have been very cognizant about the maternity policies. They provide a lot of flexibility. In addition to the technology has also provided some benefits. COVID had taught us, right? We can work from anywhere. Commuting, we can work from home. That is one of the major challenges women face. If I go to work, how will I manage my household things? As if it is given wholeheartedly only to women to take care of the family, and it is not the responsibility of the men. Now, let's talk about the agile nature of women. Before we talk about upskilling or having that skills, am I the right person? Why me talking about it? Definitely, because if you look at it from an intelligence or arguing perspective, when I was growing up, I was losing almost all my arguments with my mom. She was very logical. After that, my wife took over. All my arguments, mostly, I would say, if not all, my wife used to win. And now I should say I'm losing all the arguments with my daughter. When I was studying in school, I'm talking about my experience. I'm not talking about the statistics or something. In 10th standard, if you look at the pass percentage, girls outperformed. It was not in my village alone. Even if you look at that time, we used to get the reports in the newspaper. Girls had always outperformed the pass percentage. And even in plus two, the same. Not just in my village, not in the city, the entire state as well. With all this said, I have witnessed, yes, they were, even when girls were studying in the schools, it's not that they will be performing only the studies. They would be expected to take care of the household things as well. And I was talking about my mom, my wife. My mom, I don't know, sometimes I used to wonder whether she has 10 hands. Now, if you want to go to any friend's place, or if you want to go to any of our relatives' place, we normally give a notice, right? Without giving them the information that or I should not say information, without getting their confirmation, I don't think we'll be able to walk into any friends or relatives' place, right? When I was growing up, suddenly some of my relatives would come and they would arrive just at, if they come in the evening time, it's a different story. I have noticed just before lunch or just before dinner, and you won't even know that they are coming, and you cannot tell them that. I mean, remember, I'm talking about the days when the hotels were not so prominent. It is given, it is written that when we have guests, they would eat only at the host place. I don't know what magic would my mom do. Suddenly, she would do this, that, while doing the rice or sambar or rasam, whatever it is, whatever magic that she does to make the curd to buttermilk, or whatever it is to make it from 4 to 8 people or 10 people, all she would do when she was having interesting, passionate, loving, and caring conversation with our guests. So I have a strong feeling that by nature, women, they have whatever is required. And they, agile, I mean, if you literally look at the meaning as nimble, right? Ability to move faster, ability to do things, ability to do anything. And I have noticed that with that, even today, I can go on and on, give examples what my sisters had done, have done, or have been doing. My wife has done, is doing, and will continue to do. So there are so many. With that said, why me? I am very much qualified, both from an intelligence perspective. I have experienced, I have noticed from doing different things. I have noticed, I have experienced. I'm not giving examples of some people from somewhere. No, it is the people in my family, in my village, whom I have seen. Then, why are we talking about giving certain things to women? What I want to tell is it is definitely not biological. They had constraints, no question about it. And today they are struggling only because of some of the constraints the women had. I have given my examples, my experiences. With all this, I strongly believe that women are far better. They don't have to be looked down, and they have all, they have, I mean, they have earned the respect, they have proved, but still there are struggle, right? So is it because they are women? No, I can guarantee you it is not biological. It is not biological. If it is not biological, then what? It is the culture, the way we have been growing, the way we have built certain rules around our community. The same wording, conditioning. I mean, it's a different word, but same meaning. It is conditioning. For all along, we have been telling that women should be like this, women should do this, and that is the conditioning that we have. For example, today, if you want at home some utensils to be washed, suddenly we think about only daughter, only wife, only mom, only sisters. It is only conditioning. The same meaning, different word. Mindset. Women somehow also started believing, hey, I should do all these things. I'm only for this. It is like simply this. When you continue to tie the elephant, it's very powerful. Can it not just break this rope? Definitely. Why is it not breaking? How is it happily standing there? Because it is conditioned. When it was very young, it was tied with the chain that is so powerful that it cannot break. It tried to break, it tried to break, it tried to break. One fine day, it thought, no, I don't think I'll be able to do it. With that, the moment it gets into the mindset, the bigger chain is removed, it can it can be controlled just with a small rope. So what I'm trying to say is I would encourage. I don't have to, I'm not talking for everybody. Wherever we see some women have some challenges, it is definitely not biological. It is purely the mindset. Now, let's talk about nurturing the skills. At a high level, skills, in my opinion, it can be categorized broadly into hard skills and soft skills. When I say hard skills, this is something that we can develop, we can see. For example, if I have completed my degree, that is a hard skill. If I have learned a new programming skill, that is a hard skill. If I have learned cooking, that is a hard skill. That is something we will be able to see. You will also be able to see that tangibly. Are we going to talk about the hard skills today? It is important. However, today, that is not what is blocking women. That is my humble feeling. Then what is required when we talk about the agility, when we talk about the skills that is required for women in the future, or to be, for that matter, if I have a challenge, if I want to become better, what should I be focusing on? Hard skills, nobody has to say anything. Women, they can learn like this. And they know it because they strongly believe they can with their discipline and with their dedication. We are going to only talk about the soft skills because I'll just go back one more slide. It is all about mindset. So I would like to share my views that I would be encouraging some of the skills that women should focus on so that they will have the agility, they will have anything that is required for when they start working, or when they are working and for the future. Before we talk about it, this is one I would encourage, especially when we have a challenge. Anyone will have a challenge, especially when women have a challenge. I want them to sit and do a quick retrospect. Who am I? What do I want to achieve? These are the two questions that I would highly encourage to make sure that we understand. I mean, when I say we, the women understand truly what she is and what she wants to achieve. How was it before? When I want to become something, how was it before? How am I doing today? If I'm struggling, what it definitely means is that something is not right. I have to do certain things, and how I want to be, how I would like to achieve in the future. So these are three things that I would like to quickly take a small pause and think how I was before, how am I now, how I'm going to be. There are few that I would request or I'm going to share, and one of the most important one is communication. Sometimes what happens, especially from look at it from a women's perspective, even if there is an opportunity for women to take help, probably they won't take it. I was reading a story. Though it is a story, it reflects the reality. There is a family. They have one son. He got married. The girl to comes and joins the family. She was given certain instructions. You have to dress like this. You have to do certain things. You have to get up at this point in time. She was also working, and she has to how she has to manage their finances. It goes on and on because of the. I mean, if I want to specifically mention, the mother-in-law is very particular that she doesn't want her daughter-in-law to wear nightie and go out in the morning, do the cleaning, and start doing all those. In the morning, she says, if you want to do all this, please wear sari. That's what she says. Then the girl thought, no, in the morning, if I get up, if I want to do all those, I may not be able to wear sari. So she started wearing sari all the time, even while sleeping. Though she felt it was nightie. She felt comfortable, but still, because it's going to be very difficult in the morning to wear sari, she decided, okay, I'm not going to wear a nightie at all. It went on and on. And there was a moment, after a few years, there was a fight. She burst out and she started complaining. That time, one of the complaints was that you are controlling me. And she was sharing this. You are not even allowing me to wear nightie. The interesting point was she did not even realize that over a period of time, after, I mean, we are not the same person all the time, right? We keep changing, we learn new things, we see new people, our perspectives change. And the mother-in-law, by then, she thought wearing nightie is not bad, it is okay. And the moment she heard the my daughter-in-law started complaining, she said, Amma, you could have told me, I'm okay. I would have said yes. Why did you not tell me? I thought since you were wearing sari, you were very comfortable. This is one example that I wanted to quote. What I mean, when I talk about the communication skills, I'm just touching only one portion of it. Communication it's an ocean. What I'm trying to say is, let's not assume if we have to clarify certain things. Have that conversation, have that communication open. That is that will definitely help in case we have an opportunity to take advantage. Probably we might be missing that as well. Communication skills, that is one aspect of it. Second, if we want to be effective in anything that we do, forget about job, forget about the workforce, anything, even if you want to have a good relationship, even if you want to maintain our family in a proper way, communication skills is very, very important. When we want, when people are hired, we probably, when we were younger, we will be definitely tested during the interview for our ability for the technical aspects. Probably I can say hard skills. However, after you land in, you get a job, you land in one organization, when you grow up, hard skills will be important. I'm not saying it is not important. That is very evident also. We will not forget that. However, some of the soft skills is what that we may not focus on. And one of the most important skills is communication skills. I would like to share four more. Networking. When I say networking, I'm not just talking about having friends in the social media. What it truly means is that having the networking with people in our organization, within our team, within our organization, within our industry, for that matter, even outside of the industry. Most of the time, we look at this networking only when we look for new job opportunities. I believe so, right? This is one of the most important skills that definitely will be required for us to be effective in our workforce in the future. Not just future, it is definitely required all the time. It is going to be even more important. It is going to have a much more importance, paramount importance in the future. As I said, when we have the proper networking with the people, you will never know. There will be a lot of opportunities, and it is important for us to be in the right place at the right time. We may be having the right skills, but unfortunately, if you're in the wrong place where our value is not treasured, probably we may not shine. We have to have this networking. We have to have that awareness. We have to have what is happening in our organization, in our industry, and across the industries. This is probably one of the most important second skills that I'm sharing. There are a lot of skills, but I would like to share only five. The third most important is emotional intelligence. I'll specifically mention about the acceptance. How things should be. Don't let others decide for us. Especially there are a lot of, we were talking about it, right? Historically, we have been having challenges. And the challenges right now that we have, definitely it is not biological. It is not something that women cannot do. It is mostly the conditioning. It is mostly the cultural way that we have been doing things. Based on all those, people might think that you should do things like this. You should behave in situations like this. We have to analyze it. And we don't have to really take it to the heart. What I would highly encourage, we should use our brain for instances like this to analyze properly. If it is making sense, we should change. If it is something just because it's a cultural change, just because things have been done this way, just because people are expecting, just because the society is expecting, just because the family is expecting, I would like to do, I mean, I should be doing like this. No. When we start doing like that, when we start accepting whatever the conditioning says, probably we'll be taking a puzzle, a piece of puzzle, and trying to fit it in a place where it is not fitting. If we start accepting it, and if we try to fit it, when we try to do it and expecting the piece, probably it may not be there. Don't worry about how people want you to be accepted. You decide, especially when we have the challenging situations. There is one message. All right. Because I have noticed, again, I'm not giving something from somewhere else. I have noticed in my village when I was growing up, I still see in some of the families, in my close relatives also, when somebody is addicted to drugs, the woman is expected to take care of that person. When someone is smoking, the husband is smoking and he is having health issues, she is expected to be caring for that person. We can go on and on and on. Remember, when someone is drinking, someone is taking drugs, when someone is going to a level that he has become addicted, they will accept it. The society will accept it. When someone is smoking, it is okay. When someone is getting problems because of that excessive, forget about excessive drinking or smoking, it is accepted. People will not say anything. On the other hand, when they have challenges, not because they have fought for the country, not because they have fought for the family, not because they have stood up for one of the major something they truly believe that is the right thing to do. No, it's all because of the pleasure and all bad habits. When they do it, the society will not probably say anything. They will accept everything. The same society, when a woman, when she thinks this is the right thing to do and starts doing certain things, the society may not accept it. The same society will have two different lenses, two different views, two different perspectives. So, especially when we have challenges, when there are few things imposed, we don't really have to accept it. Only if it makes sense, we should do it. We don't really have to take it to the heart. Remember, we should not let others decide how we should behave. We should not let others decide how we should be. They may not know. When the society is not going to live with us forever. The society is not going to be with only when there is something happening, they will share their views without having the proper understanding. Have that emotional intelligence. Be careful about the acceptance. The next one. Probably one of the most important one is remember to learn, remember to improve, remember to do it continuously. there is a tendency to think when I get older, I may not be able to learn few things. When I'm from IT industry, when software, it keeps changing, I don't think I'll be able to learn that new skills because I'm getting old. I don't have that data right now, but I remember it, so I would like to share it. Studies definitely show that learning is something that is not going to degrade with age. We can learn at any time, especially when certain industries are looking for certain skills. We can learn it. When we, for example, if the trend is going to be on certain things, and if you are very stubborn on no, there's something that I will not be able to learn. How can I learn certain things at this age? Let's not have it. Continuous learning is something that we should have it for a lifelong. It will help us to improve continuously. Let me rush. The most important one that I would like to share is let's have the growth mindset, especially when we have struggles, especially when women have struggles. I would highly encourage to look at it and ask few questions. When we make mistakes, how do we feel? Do we feel like avoiding certain things so that I will not be able to, I won't commit that mistake? Or will I take this as an opportunity to learn something new? Growth mindset is something probably we may be having, probably we may not be having. If we already have it, make sure we nurture it. Remember, mindset is the most important skill in my humble opinion that will decide anything and everything. I'm not saying just mindset alone will be doing without doing any hard work or without taking any action. I'm not saying that. Even if you are working very hard, even if you are taking actions, if you don't have the right mindset, probably we'll be struggling. This is something, look at instances. When a mistake happens, how do I behave? When there is a feedback given, how do I behave? When something is failing, I want to do it again or simply giving it up? Check and see whether we belong to the growth mindset or we belong to the fixed mindset. Nobody is perfect. This is something definitely will make sure that we continue to uh, retrospect ourselves. Because when we have the growth mindset, we will strongly believe that skills and abilities can be improved. If I don't have certain skills at this point in time, it doesn't mean that I don't have it. I don't have it yet. When I put in the effort, when I take effort, action, I can learn it. We believe when we have this growth mindset, we will understand that intelligence is something that can be developed, that can be improved. When we have the growth mindset, we will be happy to embrace challenges, and we will welcome challenges. We will not be afraid of committing any mistakes. This is probably, I would say, the most important skill set that I would highly request everyone, especially women who would like to make sure that I want to perform consistently and I want to have that performance maintaining in a proper way in the future. Growth mindset is the most important skill, I would say. At a very high level, if I want to summarize, we were talking about the challenges, why women or in the state today we are talking about helping women. we are talking about DEI, we are talking about a lot of things. That's primarily because they have had historically some challenges. And then it was slowly changing. And when we say the shift or the trend is positive, does it mean that there is everything is taken care of? Definitely not. There is a lot. There is a huge room for improvement. There is a huge room that we need to continue to evolve. And when you look at especially, and even before we talk about having the skills agility, we know for sure women inherently have all these capabilities, that agility. And if when we talk about the skill, we have to definitely improve our skills. And at a high level, we can have it as hard skills and soft skills. Hard skills is something that invariably most of us will be very cognizant about. And especially when we have struggles, probably we may not be focusing on would be the soft skills. And in that soft skills, there are a lot. And I thought the 5 skills that I have shared would be more important out of all. 2 things that I would highly respect and that will make a huge difference is one, continuous improvement, learning, and we can learn at any age. Age is not something that is going to stop us. It is not a constraint at all. And growth mindset. Having a growth mindset that any skill, intelligence can be developed. And if I don't have any, if I don't possess any skills, if I'm not proficient at this point in time, what it means is that I'm not proficient yet. I will take action. I will become better. This will definitely help women who are struggling to make sure they will become stronger. They will have the agility. They will have the skills for the future employment and the work that they are going to do. With that said, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share what I thought would be helpful. And one call to action. I don't think it is one person's responsibility. It is a collective responsibility. Women who struggle, they should stand up, they should share, they should ask for help. And all of us, the government, men, organization, all of us should work together and create a conducive environment. We know for sure women definitely had challenges, and for reasons we should help them. And it is not something we are giving some benefit. It is the right for women to have all those support. Thank you so much. Back to you, Ria.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Senthil, for sharing your insights from a mix of personal experience and, of course, also facts. And we looked at how these challenges, they stem from the educational levels and then they manifest in the workplace. And people often also miss out on the skills that women bring to the workplace and how inequality sort of reflects through gender pay, employability gaps. And of course, you touched upon how DEI initiatives are beginning to make a change and there is positive shift. And of course, we look at how culture and mindset play such an important role and how important it is to have allies, in all of these. Now, I would also ask the audience if they have any questions, so they can also post them in the chat box. And I see a few questions. So I have one question, but I'll reserve it. So the first question is, in your opinion, what role do mentorship, networking, and support systems play in helping women professionals enhance their agility and upskill effectively?
I will share my experience first before answering this question directly. I was competing at club level initially. I was not winning. Then my mentor told me, hey, go and talk to the person who won at the club level. I talked to him. There were certain things that I need to do. I won at club level. Then it went on to the next level, area level. And I consistently failed. Again, I went and spoke to my mentor. He said, go and talk to the person who already won area level contest. It went on area level, division level, district level. Thankfully, I was able to represent at district level, but I haven't won. The point was, if I want to become a better person, in this case, if I wanted to become, if I want to be the winner, I should be talking to the winner because he had done it or she had done it, been there, done it. They would know what challenges that they have had, that person had. Similarly, when we have mentorship, one, they will definitely be able to share because they would have already overcome the challenges. We don't really have to reinvent the wheel. The second one, we are all creatures of emotions. When certain things happen, our brain suddenly takes leave. Our heart overtakes anything and everything. Probably it may be a smaller one, and we may be thinking that this is the end of the world. I have lost my life, something of that sort. We may not be able to think clearly. When you have the mentor, he or she will be able to look at it from a outside. They will not be biased. They will definitely be able to share, guide in the right way. In that sense, mentorship will help. This is one thing. Again, I'll share one thing. I'll try to connect it here. I talked to my mentor, and he suggests one thing when I did not have the reading habits before. When I started reading, he said, I told him that it was very difficult, boss. How can I read it? I mean, it is boring, or I'm not able to get it. Then he said, okay, slightly change your mindset. Don't think that you are reading it for yourself to understand. Think that you are going to take a class for somebody and then read that book. That small input changed my mindset. And it was really, I would say, personally for me, it was effective. Similarly, think about becoming a mentor for somebody. You can get inspiration and you can also influence other people. When there is a situation, ask this question: how would somebody who is looking up to you as a mentor, would expect, if you want to say somebody, recommend or advise somebody, you should behave in a way that you can share it with somebody, right? So when you think about it, the way that we would react, I should not use the word react. The way that we would respond would be more appropriate. From a networking perspective, nowadays, if you look at when you are younger, opportunities will be more. When we have experienced, when we become experienced, that time when, as I said, when somebody is hiring me, it is not that they are hiring me for my just a specific hard skills. I know Java, I know this, I know that. No, they might probably, the most important aspect would be, will I be able to solve the problem? It could be using Java, it could be using this, that, something. When someone knows that I'm capable of this and there is a need for them somewhere else, probably this networking will help us to connect the opportunities. In that sense, networking will help. I thought these were the only two questions. One is mentorship, the other one is networking. This is my view.
We have
Yes,
one
Neha.
more question. How can women in industries specific to your industry typically face challenges, and how can they be converted to significant opportunities in terms of upskilling and adapting to change? And followed by, how can they navigate these differences?
Okay, let me try to digest this question. How can women in industry specific to your industry typically face challenges, and how can they be converted to significant opportunities in terms of upskilling and adapting to change? Mm, it's not just in IT. I believe it will be, at least IT has some advantages. Couple of things that I can share is one, specific to industry typically face challenges. Okay, one of them would be when someone goes for maternity, right? We probably think that the continuity of the work is gone, and they may not be able to come to office. When Now technology is also helping. We will be able to work from home. We will be able to provide support. That is one. The second one is when we talk about upskilling, one aspect, I'm sure it is also common for across industries that Avatar is also very passionately, actively helping people to come back to work, right? When we take a break, when women take a break, and if it's taking some time, and one, understand how the trend is. I mean, if I have to give at a very high level, we started as predominantly agriculture-based species. Then steam came, then electricity came, then IT came, information. Now it's all ruled by artificial intelligence. Tomorrow, probably, now we are talking about machine learning. Tomorrow, probably, we may be talking about something else. Maybe machines will be talking to us, or we'll be talking to machine, something of that sort. At a very high level, when we take a break, it is very important for us to make sure that what is the trend, and when we have enough time, because I'm sure women, they know how to do multitasking, how to dedicate time for certain things. Whether I have a job, I don't have a job, that's a different story. I can look at the trend. I can look at what the relevant skills that would be required, and hard skills definitely will get you a job. In addition to that, when we uh, improve our the soft skills, specifically certain aspects from an interview perspective, because interview is something that is going to happen in a very short period of time. Mostly, the interviewers will be looking for their attitude. Mostly, they will be looking for how they are approaching the problem. Mostly, they will be looking for whether this person is willing to learn or willing to take challenges, willing to contribute, something of that sort. So, when we take a break and come back, understanding the trend and also upskilling on hard skills as well as the soft skills will help. I don't know if I have understood this question correctly, but based on my understanding, this is my response.
So baby steps need to be taken, and the growth mindset and communication, all of that
And
must
continuous
happen.
learning.
Continuous learning at all times, right? Okay. So I guess in the interest of time, we'll be taking only these two questions for now. So thank you so much, Senthil, for coming here and sharing with all of us once again from your experience. It was great to hear you. Thank you to the audience also for asking such wonderful questions, helping us sort of talk more and helping Senthil talk more about what was discussed. So, well, Diversity Mahotsav, of course, it's special because of all of you. And I would thank you, Senthil, for coming here. I would also like to thank our partners once again, powered by partner Kellogg Brown and Root Engineering and Construction India Private Limited, our supporting partners Genesis and EPAM, and our outreach partners MCCI, Madras Chamber of Commerce, and Madras Chamber of Commerce and Industries, sorry. Our social media hashtags are hashtag Diversity Mahotsav and hashtag Celebrating Diversity. So please do post your experiences at the Diversity Mahotsav and share, on the SM media handles along with these hashtags. On behalf of Team Avatar, I thank each one of you and welcome you to the next 9 days of Diversity Mahotsav. Please remember, Diversity Mahotsav is between December 1 to 22nd and only on weekdays between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. Now, as we draw close to the day, I am going to request you to take a couple of minutes and provide your feedback on today's session. I request my colleague to please bring up the poll. Our first question is, how would you rate today's session on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being the minimum and 5 being the maximum? It is followed by another question, which is, how would you rate our speaker's session on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being the minimum and 5 being the maximum? Is there anything else you wish the session would cover in today's topic? Would you suggest a topic that you would wish to hear from us during the Diversity Mahotsav? If yes, please do give your suggestions in the text box. And also, what is your takeaway from today's session? Please do take a couple of minutes to fill the poll and let us know what you would like to share. We have another exciting session planned for you tomorrow, which is the 12th of December. It is a masterclass on mindfulness by Dr. Nandini Murli. She's the Vice President, Learning and Research of Avtar Group. So please do join us tomorrow. Please visit www.myavtar.com to explore various opportunities and activities that celebrate diversity. If you have not registered at myavtar.com yet, please do log on to myavtar.com and register now. Browse through to find jobs that might suit your skill sets, read articles of interest, upskill yourself through various webinars conducted exclusively for you. Signing off today, this is Riya Sakharjande. Take care and stay safe.